Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. I am bringing you back on an airline vlog. We are heading to Barcelona, just got the call. It is 2 p.m. report time, 6:30 p.m. rush hour, JFK, New York City, no bueno. What does that mean in the meantime? I just filmed a couple videos talking about what I bring with me on a trip. So I'm gonna walk you guys through that. Real quick, just kidding, you really don't care about any of that. I basically did a supplement video because I founded Atlas Hydration and I have to make copious amounts of content on a daily basis for that. So that goes up on like probably Atlas's TikTok and whatnot. I wanna walk you guys through what I do to prep, to be prepared, because this didn't entirely catch me off guard, even though this trip did just pop into open time. Look at this really cool thing. Check that out. What is that? I have no idea. Is that a Chinook? No, that's not a Chinook. Chinook has two rotors. Check that out. Isn't that pretty cool? I get to see this all day long. And because it is summertime, the seaplane operation is in effect. So I see seaplanes land right here in the East River all the time, which is really cool. So I just got called for a trip. Let's get into it. I got to head to the gym very quickly because you got to work out, and I like to typically work out in the morning on days that I'm on call, but this morning was kind of hectic with some calls for Atlas. So I just filmed supplement stuff. Content creation is done for the day. This is kind of like easy, back of mind. I really don't have to think about it when it comes to YouTube, but I figured, it would be a great time to bring you guys back into the airline vlogs. Of course, I'm not going to do any operational stuff. When I check in at the airport, or really whenever I leave my apartment for the airport, it's nothing but business. So I'll see you guys. We're gonna go to the gym now, and then I'll drop you guys off and I will pick you back up in Barcelona. I'm really excited because I've never done a Barcelona trip in my entire life on the 787. Why? Probably because I've only done 4 trips in my entire life on the 787. But this one I'm really excited for. I wanna walk you guys through reconsolidation because I just did another short course, so I had a whole nother check ride. And beautiful thing about that check ride was the FAA was sitting on it. It was a great time. I had 2 FAA examiners that was checking out a new check air event, so it was a great check ride. It really was. It was a good short course, and now I'm current. I'm good again for another 120 days to get my 100 hours. It's going to be a piece of cake. I'll explain exactly why. Because this is the world's longest intro. Welcome back to Airline Pilot Vlogs. Let's go. All right, we just finished up the pool workout. We're gonna have one of these little ON 32 gram protein RTD drinks, ready to drink drinks. I don't know why I said that. All in all, I've got an hour, good workout, but I've got an hour until I need to be at the airport. So, I've got to shave, got to clean up, obviously, and everything's all packed up and ready to go. I got plenty of time. And that hour until I have to leave gives me, it's really like an hour and a half hard out. And then we're off to Barcelona. I'm FB on this trip. So for anyone in the industry, which hopefully, I don't think really anyone that's in the airline industry watches this because it's considered cringy to them, right? But for anyone that's not in the industry, call FB basically first break. So it kind of sucks coming out of here because we leave at 6:30 p.m. So you go back basically like, as soon as you come through 10,000 feet, paperwork situated, everyone's all good. And then at some point the FB will go back and take the first break. Most of the time it's the FB that takes the first break. So I won't really be able to rest a whole lot. Maybe I might be able to get a nice power nap in there, but I've never done Barcelona, which is exciting. Before I started vlogging, I picked up my iPad and kind of just went over some Barcelona stuff, even though I've got plenty of time in flight to review it crossing the Atlantic. But I like to be as prepared as humanly possible. I called my buddy, who's newer to the airplane as well. He got on it a little before me because he's done Barcelona, and just kind of picked his brain, anything special about it. So looking forward to it. I might play some paddle over there. Looks like our hotel's in a good area. Yeah, I'm really excited for this overnight. The weather, it was like 85 degrees here 4 days ago, and now the sun's out, but it's very cold. It's in the low to mid 40s. So Barcelona will be nice in the low 70s, sunny. Maybe play some paddle on the paddle capital, and really looking forward to it. So I'm gonna obviously shave up right now, shower, clean up, tidy up the apartment, because I really like the apartment nice and clean and tidy. So that way when I come home, it's all great. Dog sitter picked up Bella. As you guys can see, Bella's not here. Everything's working out. I'm excited because I'll talk to you guys in Barcelona about this, but my whole consolidation cycle and really the lack thereof consolidating, and the reasoning behind that, just with wide body flying. So gonna get 32 grams of protein in here. Already had breakfast, already had lunch, had a protein bar. So we're definitely gonna hit the protein goals for the day. It's really important, guys. If you don't ever track your macros, I highly, highly, highly advise track them for 1 week. Kind of eat the same things that you always do, just so I don't believe in tracking macros. I really don't. Like, it becomes very overbearing and controlling and whatnot. But I'm a conscious eater, and the only way I've become a conscious eater is track the macros for like 5 days up to a week, just so you see what kind of macros are in things, fats, carbs, proteins, what the caloric intake is, just so you know, like, okay, maybe I need to dial this back, maybe I need to increase this. And I bet 80% of you are probably underutilizing protein. You're not eating 1 gram per body weight. And yeah, it's really important. I know I wasn't, because I just retracked my macros because I haven't done it in years and years and years. And sure enough, I wasn't hitting enough protein in the day. So we're definitely doing that now. I'm excited on this new health and wellness journey that we're on. I know a lot of people think it can be challenging on the wide body, but when you don't fly that much, you're home a lot, and you get to cook a lot, and you get to work out a lot, and you get to build businesses like Atlas and whatnot. So we're gonna clean up and head to the airport. Okay, we just made it to Barcelona. 7 hours, 4 minutes in the air. I am exhausted. I was first break. I didn't really get any rest at all. I'm absolutely smoked. It's a beautiful day here in Barcelona. So, because of that, even though I'm very exhausted, I'm gonna sleep for about 2 hours, and then I'm gonna get up and I'm just gonna crush the city. I'm gonna just go have a blast. Then gonna meet up with Captain First Officer and have a nice dinner tonight. Should be a good day here in Barcelona. Jumping in the shower, and then out and about. 75 degrees here in Barcelona. I'll see you when I feel a lot better. 2 hour nap is done. I have no idea where in Barcelona I am, but I love it. It's a nice little neighborhood area. It's about 2 p.m., a little after 2 p.m., and got some caffeine in the system. Now we're gonna go and get an acai bowl. I don't want a full meal because I'm gonna go out with the crew in a few hours, so stopping incredible reviews here. Let's go give it a review for ourselves, but feeling pretty good with just 2 hours of sleep. Acai bowl, 20 out of 10, phenomenal. Look at this. This is insane. I'm just walking the last like 15-20 minutes down to the beach, doing some reflecting, and it's really, really wild. If you've been on this channel for the last 10 years, you know, like, some of my earliest vlogs were just 24-hour vlogs, like 24 hours into Madrid, 24 hours into Barcelona, 24 hours into Rome. I used to just non-rep there. I would day of look at what had open seats, and I would go there sometimes with friends, sometimes solo. And now 10 years later, I'm flying myself to these destinations on the most badass airplane ever, the 787. Just so fortunate and yeah, super grateful. And it's just wild that one, I'm still making videos, maybe not at the cadence that I used to, but two, that when I started this channel 10 years ago, I was flying an Embraer 145 and could only like dream about doing exactly what I'm doing now. And now these are my overnights. Just really, really cool. And I'm really, really thankful, especially for each and every single one of you who has been here since day one. All the new people, welcome. Please don't go back and watch those videos from 10 years ago unless you want to cringe even more than watching these, but it's been quite the journey. Good morning, Barcelona. Okay, I know I need a haircut. Relax, I'm getting one tomorrow. You see that bed right there? It's where the magic just happened. And by magic, I mean 9.5 hours of sleep. Just woke up, so we're feeling good. We're feeling great. How can I get this to stick anywhere? I can't. Okay, so what we're doing is reviewing some of the weather from Barcelona back to the States, and it looks phenomenal. It looks like it's going to be an amazing flight. Just over 8 hours in the air into Kennedy today. Flight plan's not released yet, so I don't know if we're on a track or a random route, but we shall see. All in all, looks like it'll be a phenomenal flight. I had a great layover. Had dinner with the crew last night. Was phenomenal. We went to a random like Spanish tapas place. Genuinely, everything that I ate was phenomenal. And then we stopped by a gourmet grocery store last night. Got some honey, got some chocolate. And then I just ate so much ham. So much ham. It was phenomenal. And of course, as always, first thing in the morning, as you guys should be doing as well, whether it's Atlas or not, drink your electrolytes. People, drink your electrolytes. And actually, because of today, I'm going to have 2 things of electrolytes because I'm going to work out when I get home and I'm going to be up in a dry atmosphere for 8 hours. So electrolytes first thing in the morning. My captain is phenomenal. My first officer, phenomenal. First officer's been on the airplane like, let's see, a year longer than I have. He's been to Barcelona a good amount. Anyways, it's just great whenever you have a good crew and you go out with them. It just makes the trip so much better. I walked, as you guys saw yesterday, for maybe like 4 hours by myself. I just love strawberry lemonade. I walked maybe like 4 hours by myself yesterday, and I was so happy. I was so content, even though I was tired. Acai bowl woke me up a little bit. Got a little bit of an energy drink in me, and I was just cranking steps. I think I did like 18,000 steps yesterday, just by myself before I met up with anyone. So it's over 20,000 steps. Great overnight. I know I had mentioned consolidation, and I want to talk to you guys about that. I just became current on the aircraft again because I didn't get my 100 hours of flight time in 120 days. And then I went and did 3 takeoff and landings. It's more involved than that in the simulator to extend another 30 days. And the big reason behind that is because I don't have an SA call, a South America, I haven't had caffeine yet. South America qualification, which essentially allows me to fly into like Rio, Sao Paulo, which is where the 78 goes out of Kennedy. And because of that, during the winter months, that's really over half of our flying. So there are 2 trips that I'm eligible to fly, Haneda and Delhi. Those are both on opposite sides of the clock, 10 a.m. and then at like, I think 8 p.m. So depending on my wrap, my reserve availability period. Depends on if I'm even legal for those. And there's a lot of stipulations around Delhi because it's such a long flight. It's an AMOC. So you either have to have a 1600 wrap or you're essentially not legal for Delhi. So that is why I didn't consolidate. But good news, I went and took another check ride, and the FAA was in on it. It was great. Phenomenal check ride. Captain was awesome. And good to go for another 120 days with the ability to extend up to 150 days. But it is going to be no problem because I just did my check ride this month. I already have this trip, Barcelona, and I've got all the European flying back. It won't be a problem at all to consolidate this round. So I'm going to continue going over the iPad a little bit. I'm going to head downstairs, van pickups in about an hour, and I'm going to grab a quick bite to eat down at breakfast. But phenomenal overnight. I absolutely love Barcelona. I love Spain in general. I have no idea what vicinity of Barcelona we are in, but it was like a 15-20 minute walk to the beach. Next time I want to play paddle though. That is something that I definitely want to do, is play paddle. So I'll see you guys on the other side of the world, which was North America. First trip on the 787 to Spain is complete, and it was a phenomenal one. I've been so lucky with the cruise on the 787 so far. I mean, there's like, honestly, everyone that I fly with is great. Even on the 73, it was really great. But yeah, I was FB. I had first break. I ended up taking a nap. It was great. Scheduled block time was like 7 hours and 48 minutes in the air. We ended up underflying that significantly, like by 30 minutes, and we got in almost an hour early, or right at an hour early. They turned the airport around right as we were pushing back. The departure runway 6 right was right behind us, so we got right out of there. Yeah, it was great. It was a phenomenal flight, super smooth. I don't know, I like coming back a lot more than going, as I think most people do, especially because I had a full night's sleep. You guys saw how exhausted I looked when I first woke up, but a little jet lagged right now because I went to bed early and I woke up super early, before 4 a.m. this morning. It was my last day of reserve. I had a 6 a.m. wrap this morning, and because it was my last block, 6 hours after that at noon I was done. So all in all, phenomenal trip on the 7-8. Yeah, I don't, there's nothing. We were on a random route coming across the Atlantic, so we weren't on a track. And yeah, there's really just a super uneventful flight. I got drug tested whenever I landed, so that's a random FAA, DOT, randomized drug test. It happens, I don't know, probably a couple times a year, sometimes more, sometimes less. They can do an alcohol or a drug test. All the airlines, everyone does it. Which is kind of a pain if you're coming in internationally, because you have to clear customs, then go back through security, and then go to the drug testing facility. But yeah, I'm looking forward to, I want to fly to Rome. So we have Rome. I want to probably do some out of base flying. So the beautiful thing is we can pick up trips out of base, especially when I'm in this consolidation period. I can submit these things called consolidation requests, which is really nice. It's a way of buying pilots off of trips. So let's say I bid a line for the month and I have we'll just say all Romes. I'm going to Rome all month. And my buddy is in the consolidation period, same scenario as me. He can submit consolidation requests to the flight department. They can approve or deny it. Then it goes to scheduling, and then they can give that trip to my buddy, and then it would buy me off the trip. So I stay home, I get paid for that trip, and then he gets to go and fly the trip. That way he gets his hours to consolidate. So I might do that for out of base trips. I really want to fly to like Nice. I really want to fly to Venice. I really want to fly to Zurich, and I really want to fly to Athens. Those are 4 places that are places that I really, and obviously I would love to go. It's just kind of a pain commuting out to the West Coast to then start a trip. You know, I would have to go in the day prior. So out of LA, I would love to go to Sydney or Auckland. I've never been to New Zealand. That would be really cool. I think they do that on the 787. So these are some things that I'm thinking about in the future to try and use this consolidation request ability and period to go and check out some of these really sweet places. Some of them I've been to and some of them I haven't. So I think that'd be really cool for the first time ever visiting like Australia or New Zealand to be able to fly myself there. So I'm off the remainder of the month. I've got about 10 plus days off, so that's great. I might pick up some trips on my days off. Maybe we can get some premium or OG, some over guarantee like I've talked about. And I think the last video I talked about how that pay is structured. So all in all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. First video back doing an airline pilot vlog. If you did, it would mean the world. Let me know down in the comments down below. Like I said, I always read y'all's comments. The feedback is greatly appreciated. As you guys know, it kind of tailors the direction of this YouTube channel. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Drink Atlas. Peace.